Members of the New York National Guard, including those at the 174th Attack Wing at Hancock, are preparing to deploy at state prison facilities. The strike by correctional officers continues, and the Guard will step in to fill jobs inside prisons. Advance teams already arrived in Auburn today as correction officers continued the unsanctioned strikes at dozens of state prisons statewide, demanding better working conditions and more. The governor called up about 3,500 members of the New York National Guard. Inside prisons, the state says members of the Guard will help with distributing meals and medications and maintain general order and wellness in the facilities. CBS 5's Connor White is with the Live Eye in Moravia right now.
Michael, here at Cayuga Correctional, corrections officers estimate that around 80 of them have walked off the job, taking the extraordinary and drastic step to strike, which they know is illegal, but they say that it's something they need to do because the conditions inside state prisons have reached a breaking point. Instead of clocking in for work, dozens of corrections officers are lighting fires to brave the cold, rallying for support after they say mandated back-to-back shifts became the norm at Cayuga Correctional and other facilities in New York State.
They're working 24, 36, 48 hours, and it's not safe for anybody.
Doug Langtree is a retired corrections officer speaking on behalf of current COs who won't talk out of fear of losing their jobs.
Assault on staff are up, assault on inmates are up. It's not safe.
The union for these officers, which did not sanction these strikes, says they are happening at Cayuga, Auburn, Wendy, Clinton, and around 30 other facilities as of Wednesday. The striking officers are pointing to state data that shows there was a record number of assaults on officers in 2024, blaming in part what's called the HALT Act, a piece of legislation that was designed to end the inhumane practice of prolonged solitary confinement.
It's violent across the state. Hopefully they fix it. If they don't, we'll stay out here until summer.
That's a major concern for a mother who tells us she has a son incarcerated at Cayuga, suffering with bare-bones staff running the facility.
His mental state is terrible. Being unguarded in there, anything can happen.
This mother says her son and other inmates are kept in their dorms all day, deprived of regular meals.
He's a ward of the state. It's a violation of his civil rights to have to be in there with no food.
It's a similar situation at these other facilities.
Incarcerated people are suffering the brunt of this because they're essentially confined to their living areas.
Jennifer Scaife and the watchdog group Correctional Association of New York say they've documented the dangerous hours some officers are forced to work. She says New York State has some initiatives in motion to try to add staff. Another retired CO, Mark Strong, says they need relief now.
The strikes are unfortunate. But I think it's necessary.
Officers who are striking outside in a parking lot across from the prison say that their colleagues who are still showing up for work are doing so in support of them, taking what they describe as a sacrifice to make sure the prison is still able to operate to some degree. The union, which represents all officers across the state, says that negotiations are ongoing. Reporting in Moravia, I'm Connor White.
In the meantime, National Guard members prepare to deploy to those facilities during which the strikes are happening, right?
Absolutely. We've heard from strikers out in Auburn that they saw about 5 National Guardsmen arriving this afternoon, which the governor appears to be describing as an advance team to see what's needed before deploying larger groups, perhaps later today, if not tomorrow, Michael.
Connor White, live in Moravia. Thank you.